Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having a great day. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about my Chimera team because I did a few adjustments and some changes that really made a great impact. Also, I got a little bit lucky on my last Chimera chest and I got a new toy I was able to play around with. But first, I want to show you my current Chimera damage, and it's actually my personal best for Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. I basically used the same team on both difficulties. I got 3.4 billion clash points, and that is my absolute best I ever did. My personal best. I never did that much damage. And there are quite a few reasons why I was able to achieve that, but we're going to get there in a second. First, I want to show you the trials. So I did 11 trials here. Look at that, 176 million damage from Ninja. I think I can hit the 200 million damage here. I think this was a little bit unlucky. This one was a little bit unlucky. I think Ninja died a couple of times and I wasn't able to revive him fast enough, so I lost a lot of damage. But, you know, I think if I time everything correctly and if I do it the right way, I can hit those 200 million damage. I also got 13 Mythical Ocular Masses this time from the Chimera trials, and they are actually not bad with this team to do. The ones on the Ram form are quite hard, not gonna lie. You need, you need a little setup so you can do those, but I was able to manage it and get it done, so that was quite good. I got 13 Ocular Masses out of Ultra Nightmare, and this is what I did on Nightmare, so even more trials. I got 5 Ocular Masses, 5 Mythical Ocular Masses, and 257 million damage. So I easily went over 200 million damage, which was quite impressive to me, because the best I ever did on Nightmare was 200 million, I think. I did it once, and that was it, and I think it was a lucky run, with a lot of extra turns from Lady Mikag, from the Relentless set, and then, you know, ally attacks. And on Ultra Nightmare, if I remember correctly, it was 188 million. So it was just an improvement of 5 million damage, but as I said, it was a bad run. Like, it was really, really bad. Nothing near perfect, right? So there are a lot of things that can go wrong sometimes, and, you know, I don't want to restart too often. I don't, you know, want to spend like hours and hours and hours just to get that perfect result. I do retry a couple of times, but I don't want to overdo it. I think I can easily hit the 200 million damage on Ultra Nightmare as well. Now, what did I change? So I did change a few things. I changed the build on Ninja. He has, you know, instead of 6-piece Merciless set, he has now a 2-piece seal set as well. So he has 6-piece Merciless, 1-piece Pinpoint for extra accuracy, I think it was, and yeah, the seal set. And that gives an additional 12% damage if he's at 100% HP, which is most of the time the case because I have Leech on the Chimera at all times. Or at least that's the best case scenario. Most of the times he's at 100% HP and gets that 12% more damage bonus. Then I changed Lady Mikage's blessing from sheep to cruelty. I had sheep for arena, but you know, I used that a long time ago. I don't have to use her in arena anymore. I don't use her there anymore. I don't think she's good in there, and that's why I fully dedicated her now to PvE. And I gave her cruelty, and that also upped my damage. That's also part of the reason, because otherwise I don't have a decreasing defense effect other than the decreased defense debuff from Lydia, but no other effect like Newt does on his A3 or cruelty does, for example. So those are 2 things that I changed. And then another thing that was also very, very impactful And you already saw it on the thumbnail, right? So it's that boss slayer gemstone. And that is an absolute game changer when it comes to boss fights, right? If you're trying to compete, if you try to compete against top tier clans in Chimera Clash, Hydra Clash, you have to have this gemstone. Chimera has been out since December 2024. It has been actually almost pretty accurate 5 months now since we are farming Chimera, Ultra Nightmare, and Nightmare, the top clans, right? I'm talking about the top end. And if you want to keep competing, you have to have this gemstone. Otherwise, you're losing out like on too much damage. So basically, instead of 30% more damage from this coronet, I get 40%. Now on Ninja, it is impactful, right? It is good, it is great. A lot of more damage that I'm doing. I can actually show you that in the recording. My Ninja was hitting for like 900, 800,000, something like this, with all the debuffs and all the buffs and all that stuff. Yeah, he did like 800, 900,000 with his A1 at best. Now let's watch my run here real quick for a couple of seconds. So as I said, 800, 900,000, and here you can see he hits for 1.3, almost 1.4 million damage, 1.2 with the A1s. So every time Lady Mikag gets a turn, he does 1 million plus damage, 1.2, 1.3, something like that. And that is absolutely amazing. 1.5 million damage with an A1. And I don't even, like, there's damage missing, right? I can boost his damage even more. I don't have Brimstone. I have Lydia in a 9-piece Feral, so Brimstone would add 5% more damage. The increased defense on him is not protected, so that would increase his damage as well. That's another 10% damage that is missing, and he's already hitting for like 1.5 million. That is, to me, absolutely insane. So the next step here for me would be to put, Arbais, for example, in a protection set, in a 9-piece protection set. So these attack ups and increased accuracy buffs are also protected and give him extra damage. Now, I don't think I should put Lady Mikage in a 9-piece protection set. I think she's better in a Relentless set because she takes more turns, and therefore there's more ally attacks and more damage. I don't think you can compensate that with a 9-piece protection set on Lady Mikage. But it also depends on how good that set is, right? And how good your Relentless gear is. Right now, I have her in a 4-piece Merciless set, 4-piece Relentless, and I'm super happy with it. There is still room for improvement, and that's the cool thing. There's always room for improvement. And yeah, I can't wait to get another nice 9-piece protection set for Arbais. I have one on Siffy, and it really helps. It really ups the damage, but if I can get another one, that would definitely change my damage again. And yeah, I can't wait to get it. Another thing which would upgrade or boost my damage would also be a better Ninja Soul. Obviously, more stats, more extra damage. And yeah, that would up my damage also crazy. So now let's see the A2. I think this was also the highest A2 hit I had. I think it was more than 2 million damage. It was like 800,000, 600,000, 700,000. That's like 2.1, 2.2 million damage, something like that, with one A2. Absolutely amazing for me. Now, if I would have a 6-star soul for Ninja, I would go with Crushing Rend, because the Chimera has a very high defense, right? So very high defense numbers, and the Crushing Rend just, reduces the defense so much, 1% per 10 levels. And the Chimera on Ultra Nightmare is sitting at level 300, so it's gonna be 30% Death Ignore. And, we don't have area bonuses yet, so you can't reach those 100% Death Ignore yet. But once they get released, we can hit that 100% Death Ignore, and then you will see even crazier numbers all around the board. So yeah, I can't wait for that. And I don't know when they're gonna release that, or if they're gonna release that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna take a while. So yeah, in the end, 257.4 million damage. I was very happy about that. I did a few little tweaks, changed the gear a little bit, new blessing, new gemstone, and there we go. Up the damage by like 60 million. Something like that. 60, 70 million more damage than usual. Also, we got this new, rotation with spirit and magic, so ninja becomes viable again. I used Harima before that. And yeah, I like this rotation more than the other. I like to use ninja. He's definitely one of the best PvE nukers on my account. But now that we are talking about the best PvE nukers on my account or in the game, let's talk about Trunda. So I'm gonna use this on my Trunda in Hydra, right? I have this Hydra team with the W Miko, and if I use this Ireti Coronet, that already boosted my damage by quite a lot. And now if I can add that Boss Slayer gemstone as well, and you can only imagine what it will do. So 10% more damage on a Trunda in Hydra is absolutely insane, and I can't wait to see how high my damage will be now. How big will the difference be? Because 10% for Trunda is a lot more damage than 10% for a ninja. But we will see. I don't know when I'm going to do my Hydra keys yet, but I'm definitely going to keep you updated and going to inform you guys how that went. I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. I think my best so far was like 2.5 billion on Nightmare. And I'm pretty sure I can hit the 3.5, maybe 4 billion. We will see how the key turns out, and yeah, I'm very curious. But yeah, how do you get this gemstone? So if you don't know, there's only one way to get this gemstone, and it is a Chimera Ultra Nightmare. You can't get it from the second chest, the Grandmaster chest. You have to do the 1 key damage, the ultimate chest. That's where the mythical gemstones are sitting at, the circular ones, right? Only the circular ones are the ones that you can get from these Chimera chests. So this is the only way to get this. I got a few mythical gemstones over the time since it got released. I've been farming Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare every single time, every single week. And I got a few mythical gemstones actually. Most of the time I got the same ones, which is kind of like, not so great. I do have this one twice. And then I got a couple few others as well right here. So I got this one 3 times, the Undead Bulwark. Then I got this one, the Bolstered Defense 2 times, the Bloodthirsty Prowess. I got pretty much every single one. And now on Friday, for the first time, I got the Boss Slayer gemstone. I don't know if I got every single one, but I think so. Let's actually take a look. Yeah, so there's only 4, and I got these other 3 multiple times. And this is the first time I got the Boss Slayer gemstone. So I was pretty, you could say, unlucky in terms of that, right? The other mythical gemstones are still very good. Especially this one, the Bolstered Defense, is very, very good for live arena. But in terms of PvE, those don't really help. In terms of PvE, that's the one you want to have on your nukers, because the 10% more damage are just insane. So yeah, I got my first one. I'm super happy about that. And as I said, if you want to get this, you need to farm Ultra Nightmare constantly. It took me 5 months to get one. Some people already have like 4 or even more, right? So it all depends on your luck and RNG, as always, as everything in this game. And yeah, with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up right here. I know you guys want to see more Chimera videos, so I thought we're gonna start like this. Gonna start with a bang. I did my new personal best. I wanted to let you know how this gemstone affected my Chimera team, and it really made a big difference. And I'm happy I got this finally. And yeah, I'm gonna do more Chimera videos in the future for sure. Go more in depth and explain to you how my teams work. I can't do too many teams and stuff like that, because if you want to compete in those high level clans, you have to use certain champs. Most of the times you need mythicals, you need those top tier champions that perform the best in those in this content. And there are not many replacements, and if there are replacements, they might perform not as good, and that's just the case, and you can't change anything about that. That's just how this content works. But yeah, guys, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. Also hit the thumbs up, it really helps me. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, take care, stay safe, and see you in the next one, guys.